Madam Speaker, ladies and gentlemen, the Hail Mary and only hope of winning of opening government is this idea of the reduction of your quota. That is to say that even if the coal that you get from Santa is analogous or similar to the coal that you get, they try to say that that's going to help you and be able to make you get out faster. But here is the problem with their case, ladies and gentlemen. If you magically get a significant amount of coal to be able to reduce your quota, your syndicate leaders are going to be like, magaling yan. Marunong siya mag-mine. Let's increase his quota on a daily or hourly basis as a beast of burden to be able to maximize productivity, which motivates them as profit-maximizing beings. Sure, it might work in terms of making your quota easier to achieve, but the trickle-down effect is the illusion of effectiveness. That is going to put in their minds this idea of you being more capable than you actually are, by the way, because that windfall of coal as an asset or as a commodity only happens once. The point in which they see a spike in your productivity, but later on, an eventual decline because of what Andre admitted, you get fucking tired, you get bored, it's going to be an outlier, and that's going to be like, magaling siya dati, pero ngayon hindi na. So, tugtugin pa natin. Bigyan natin ng vitamins, ng food, so he can be able to reach that previous high that he did during the Burr months or in December. That ultimately traps you in the cycle of having to work even harder because you tried to get that shortcut. And this is me being maximally generous to what we get coming from opening government. What are other responses? It will be part of my extension. My extension is a principled one. I am going to talk about the concept of morality, and this is going to be a principled good, as opposed to on their side, you have this burden of defending being naughty. What did Andre tell us, right? Andre said that it's normal as a child to be able to make mistakes, go running, paint on the walls, all that. But that's a soft definition of what being naughty is. Because his partner, Camille Sandoval, the naughty lady, she said that it's fine to rape people. So my question is, pick a frame, guys, right? You also have to pick a frame and agree and defend the naughty kind of thing in all of its forms to be able to have the best possible debate. Because Andre in his speech thus far sort of explicitly says that, yeah, it's fine to learn and make mistakes, but we don't think that's necessarily being naughty. That's part of any child's kind of thing. But I'll be generous and not a dick, right? I'm going to say why even being naughty in its mild forms, like masturbation or porn or violating your leaders, is going to be bad for you. Why? Because it creates a perverse incentive structure that actually puts you at a man versus self conflict. That is to say, if you choose to be lazy on a particular day, if you choose to be mean to your superior, you choose to be naughty to the children around you out of good gallivanting fun, that robs you of the locked state that you need to be able to go through your quota, which, like my partner mentioned, is probably high already in December. That is to say, this is the time you have to be able to be working hard because you don't want a spillover of responsibility to happen in the first quarter of the succeeding year. Ang dami-daming coal you have to mind because of the heat thing my partner told you and the other naughty children, which means you have to really focus and be able to do what you have to do as opposed to taking a break, as they say. Andre, go ahead, my G.
First, the motion says a certain fixed quota. Second, as people in with pre-conventional morality, I don't see why this moral conflicts likely to occur. They can just lessen their burden a little bit, release it a bit at a time, take a little bit of rest.
On the first idea, it's a fixed quota, yeah. But we think that if you portray a sense of productivity, like what happens in corporate or academic work, they see you as someone who is actually capable. So sure, even if that quota is fixed and you're able to reduce a part of it, they might milk the shit out of you to work even harder to meet that quota faster. That is the flip to that, right? Meaning, okay, I'll engage and say the quota won't change, but in order for them to be able to get the next child in the syndicate and the next child, because only a limited number of children can fit within the mine, they want to get your contract done at the expense of being able to milk the most out of you so the next child can come in. That harms your case. The second idea I have to say is really characterizing it and nuancing it to your visceral reality. Because everything in Andre's case works in the normal world outside this coal mine situation. The whole intuition pump about having fun, taking it easy on yourself and working. But we have to understand you're probably tired of this experience. You want to be able to break free from the chains of your bondage. This is me engaging with the best case of their side. Sure, their shortcut thing works, but this is likely to be able to harm you in the long run. Why? It creates this message and narrative that taking this shortcut has no harm. But even if it has no harm, life outside the coal mine is going to wreck you. When you try to treat someone in the school, when you try to cheat someone in another legitimate workplace, these things are going to have practical, harmful outcomes and therefore build this perverse incentive structure in your mind that it's okay to be able to take shortcuts. We recognize your dire situation and we're willing to do everything to get out of it, but we don't think you should sacrifice your character and being just to be able to get out a little bit faster. Because like I said, right, and like what they admitted, he's not a god. He won't send you 4 metric tons of coal. At best, he's going to be able to send you, and be charitable to me also, a sack of coal, who my partner said is less than 5 kilograms. So, the risk is just not worth it to be able to cheat a sack of coal for the harms that my partner and I built to you. What do we successfully prove to you on opening opposition? We prove to you the complex reality of this. We build a better counterfactual, and we challenge the lens of your own morality and being that you need to not lose hold of yourself if you have hope that you're going to get out, and if you really want to be a better child, to grow into an awesome person. We are very proud to oppose.